Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is Merten, founder and CEO of Digifox, to discuss the velocity of growth we are seeing in the crypto space. Nick, it's great to meet with you. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Jill, thanks for having me on. It's always a pleasure.
And crypto assets have surpassed the $2 trillion market cap. How is crypto becoming a growing global hedge against $200 trillion in world assets?
Yeah, so this is a kind of theory I want to propose long term for kind of the value proposition of cryptocurrencies. People see crypto as potentially new money. Some people see it as directly as a store of value. And I want to kind of pigeonhole in this case that I think both of those two value propositions are going to grow into crypto over time. And we're actually seeing that right now. I've been in the cryptocurrency space since it was a multi-$10 billion industry. And now we're at this point where we've reached a milestone of $2 trillion. So why is it that cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, why are they getting to these surmountable valuations? I think it has a lot to do actually with the failures of traditional finance. So before we can even understand the value of cryptocurrencies, we need to understand where traditional finance has kind of failed, and especially I think in this regard, to be completely candid, the everyday man and woman. When it comes to putting money in a savings account where you used to be able to expect that you would get some kind of yield or be able to kind of protect your wealth and purchasing power, whether it's inflation, like last year in 2020 when we saw a debasement of over 20 to 25% in most worldwide currencies. If it's, for example, record low interest rates due to the Federal Reserve's Fed funds rate being near 0%, and therefore the average savings account paying 0.07% on average throughout the US. Savings accounts have completely failed at what they were intended to do. And then if you step into more maybe higher interest rate accounts, maybe they'll pay 0.2 or 0.3%, you've got trillions of dollars locked up in CDs and money market accounts that really don't pay what they used to pay. So again, not even hedging against the inflation rate that's going on within the broader economy. And last but not least, you have treasuries or government bonds broadly. And this is almost an equitably sizable market against global currencies. So you're talking about anywhere from around 70 to $100 trillion in global wealth being stuck in bonds, which are either in negative yielding territory or aren't even keeping up with inflation, what's known as real negative interest rates. So again, 70 to $100 trillion in bonds, you're talking about around $100 trillion or more in currency markets. And that's not even talking about the narrative that people use of Bitcoin being an alternative to gold and silver. So when we factor in all these markets, we're conservatively talking about $200 trillion that aren't effectively seeing the kind of hedge or basically the protection against the devaluation of currency, which is what all these assets are supposed to do. And Bitcoin, on the other hand, that has an absolute finite supply. It can't be printed into oblivion like currency. It can't be issued just like a government bond or treasury. And also gold as well has inflation. A lot of people don't consider this. Bitcoin itself having a finite supply, as well as a variety of other cryptos like Ethereum and Litecoin, they offer an opportunity. They offer a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity to shape a new market where the rules and parameters are set in place, and people can know that when they own one Bitcoin, they own 1/21 millionth of the entire network. And that's a very, very rewarding trait that you just can't find in any other asset across the globe, which makes Bitcoin and crypto so useful. So that's my belief long term, that that's going to be the value proposition. And once we get more further growth in the market, that secondary use case of being able to be used for currency might become a reality in everyday transactions.
Nick, tell me where Digifox fits in the ecosystem.
Yeah, I think it's a great question. So Digifox right now is an application that I self-funded, and then we went on to do an equity crowdfunding. It's a all-in-one cryptocurrency application that allows you to buy cryptocurrencies one-off, just like you would through any major exchange platform. So you can buy Bitcoin, you'll be able to buy Litecoin soon, you can buy Ethereum and a variety of other different assets. But outside of this as well, and being able to buy different cryptocurrencies, you can also earn high rates of interest. So we integrate with leading partners within the cryptocurrency space that allow users in this case to be able to earn 10% or more on their dollar savings, as well as be able to earn interest on their cryptocurrency assets. So to this point here about the cryptocurrency space being an alternative, this is actually a really good kind of example here. Not only can you own Bitcoin and other assets and get them for relatively low fees and stuff compared to other platforms, so you're now getting exposure to an asset that's far outpacing what your money would do just simply sitting in a savings account. But we also offer interest earning opportunities that pay 10, 20, 50, 100 times more than what you can get in those traditional savings accounts. And that's the really strong effect here that I think crypto offers. It offers a generational opportunity for us to really capture that wave and momentum of this new asset class and have a younger audience, in this case, Gen Z, millennial investors, getting a piece of the action before the institutions. So I think that this is a really exciting thing. And we've got a lot of things. We've actually got a big feature coming up here in the month of May that's going to, in my opinion, shake the game for the cryptocurrency space and make getting into crypto as simple as it's ever been. And really kind of, again, sit on that narrative of being able to really hedge against the traditional financial system and all the savings instruments that we used to rely on, and now actually finding something that is going to work for people. So we're very excited about that.
That is exciting, and looking forward to having you back in May to tell us more about that. But to wrap up here in the last minute, Nick, what does it mean for the broader crypto sector with continued mass adoption in the capital markets and consumer spaces? I mean, we're seeing use cases all over the place where content creators are now getting involved, and it's not just about hedging or speculation or finance or technology. It really is touching every vertical.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest use case that crypto offers is definitely the one we've hit on, which is that ability to have kind of a hedge or store of wealth. Fixing savings as a technology is going to be dramatically impactful. And again, it will shift generations of wealth. But at the same time as well, there are a ton of use cases, loyalty programs, being able to, for example, build entirely decentralized systems like Filecoin, like file distribution systems. I think that there's going to be a bountiful amount of opportunities, but it's really a matter of making sure that at the centerpiece, that cryptocurrency has some form of utility within any ecosystem. I think that there's a phenomenal amount out there, but I have to say Ethereum and what's been going on within the decentralized finance sector, that to me is my favorite, because outside of just fixing savings, we need to offer a whole suite of products that already exist today, but also some we don't even know that are going to be built in the decentralized finance space that are going to, again, revolutionize opportunities for people across the board that they previously didn't have access to. My long-term goal with Digifox and for crypto, even if it's not Digifox that does it, is to give everyone access to equitable finance. And I think that decentralized finance and crypto as a whole is going to do that. So I'm very, very excited.
We'd like to hear about that with Ethereum. Great to meet with you, Nick. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.